Welcome everyone to our patching podcast tonight. My name is Charity. I'm a Senior Presidential Director with LifeWave, and I am really excited to be here tonight to share some more exciting testimonials. And Kathleen Nichols, Senior Presidential Director from Hawaii. Welcome, Kathleen.
Oh, thank you so much, Charity. So glad to be here again on our terrific Tuesday. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We have fantastic testimonials. So without any further ado, go ahead and welcome everybody, Charity.
Let's get some people muted here. So we want to especially welcome all of those who are checking us out for the first time tonight. We know you have been invited by a friend or a loved one who cares for you greatly because of what you're about to hear tonight. And so make sure you take the time to thank them tonight. And we thank you for joining us. So in our next 30 minutes together, you will hear some remarkable testimonials from people using the X39, this patch that activates your stem cells. And you're going to see an overview of how the patch works, how the science works, and then how you can get involved by purchasing the product or perhaps joining our global team. So we want to welcome everyone. David Schmidt is our CEO, our founder, our visionary, and he saw the future of regenerative science over 10 years ago. He set out to discover how to capture the science of the stem cells using his signature delivery system of energetic patches. After spending millions of dollars in the process, about a little over 2 years ago, he launched the first ever patented stem cell activation patch, the X39. And we will be learning more about that in a few minutes. But before we get started, with our phenomenal testimonies, let me just read our medical disclaimer. We're not doctors or medical professionals. The information discussed is not meant to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Statements have not been evaluated by the FDA, and if you are pregnant, nursing, taking medication, or have a medical condition, please consult with your physician first. All right, let's dive into some amazing testimonials. So first tonight, I'm going to ask Janet, if you could unmute yourself, and you will be our first testimonial tonight.
Hello, Charity.
Hi, Janet, and we have your wonderful husband. If you would just introduce him tonight, because we are going to be talking about his testimonial tonight.
This is Dennis.
Hi, Dennis. So, and I know you're going to help us tell his testimony tonight. So thank you, Dennis and Janet. So Janet, first of all, tell us a little bit what was going on with Dennis before you, I always like to say the patches found you. And we also would like to know how long you've been using the patches. And then we'll transition into what's Dennis's life like now?
All righty. Well, to start with, Dennis has had diabetes for years. Diabetic neuropathy, where he had lots of swelling in his feet and ankles. He was a truck driver, so he'd drive his semi for hours and his feet would be in so much pain that he would unlace his boots and have to take them off and just drive with his socks on because he could not take the pain. In 2018, he had a work accident, landed him in the ER. They thought that he had had a heart attack as a byproduct of the accident. Ended up keeping him for about 3 days, did a battery of tests on his heart. Doctor said that his heart was so healthy, he would outlive all of us. So he's in great shape. Also that same year in 2018, he was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease and Lewy body dementia. And most people are familiar with Parkinson's, the tremors, you know, that kind of stuff. Lewy body dementia causes him to have very vivid dreams to the point where he will act them out. His legs are moving, his fists are flying. I'm the recipient. It's not pretty. And he would fall out of bed. And so that's where we were at the end of 2018. In 2020, we had COVID here at our house. Got it again in March of 21. So we lived through the 2 cases of really ugly COVID. And then in April, on April 1st, he went in for a routine colonoscopy, and the doctor stopped the colonoscopy and says, "You're an AFib. It is serious. Go see a cardiologist. We'll finish this up when your heart's better." So set up an appointment with a cardiologist. He did confirm Dennis was in AFib. Also checking, he had other multiple things going on. He was diagnosed as having hypertrophic cardiomyopathy and also congestive heart failure. So last year, he spent the entire year in bed, literally in bed from April on. We were at the doctor's office. He had 9 specialists keeping him alive last year. We were at the doctor's office within about 2 weeks, wasn't it, Dennis? Every 2 weeks, we had a different doctor. He was in the hospital having a procedure monthly for 6 consecutive months. One time they went in and did what they call a cardioablation, when they go in through the groin up into the inside of the heart, and then they mess around with the electrical part of the heart, trying to get him out of AFib and into a good rhythm. That didn't work. But the other 5 times he was there, he was having what was called a cardioversion, where they would physically stop his heart and then restart it with an electrical machine and hope that that would put him back in rhythm. And the last time we had that happen, when he woke up, he said, "My chest hurts, Janet. There's something different. My chest is killing me." And the doctor come back in the room and said that the electrical machine did not bring him back. And they had to, are you still there, Charity?
Yeah.
Okay. They had to jump on him and start doing manual CPR to bring him back, because they couldn't bring him back. And at that point, Dennis says, "We're done. You're done playing with my heart. We're done." But they wouldn't let us leave the hospital. That was in September of last year, because he could not sustain a good oxygen level. So his lungs had joined the party, apparently, and he was not getting enough oxygen. So they got us oxygen and sent us home. We were able to get into a pulmonologist pretty quickly. They did some testing to see about his lung function, which was not good. And the doctor in November of last year told us to expect for him to be on oxygen at least until December of this year. So for about 13 months. We did a follow-up with him, set up an appointment to go back to him in May of this year. So in February, I had some friends tell me about the patches, and my neighbor Judy Morgan had them, and I needed to call her, and well, I didn't. It was one more thing I had to deal with. And it was in February when Judy and Stacy knocked on my door and had a gift of patches for me. And by about day 3, I called Judy and said, "Sign me up, sign me up." And we got going on them, and I put Dennis on them immediately with me. So we started the patches February of this year, when we went back into the pulmonologist for his follow-up testing. He was scheduled for 3 tests, and they did the first one. And then the nurse says, "Just stay right here. Don't start the next one. Stay right here." And she left and went to talk to the doctor and come back. And she said, "The doctor doesn't want us to do the other 2 tests. Just let's go into the exam room." At that point, I thought, okay, he's telling me that my husband's going to be dead. I just really was concerned. He had been so sick. And when the doctor came in, he was all smiles and could not believe the difference in Dennis. He said between the first test they had done in November of 21, 6 months later, the second testing in May of 22, it looked as if two different men had done the test. There was complete, total different healing. He didn't need his oxygen anymore. I had a happy man. He was no longer attached to a 50-foot life support hose. And it was as if he got his life back. He was thrilled to death.
Wow.
So, yeah. We are so very, very grateful. We started, like I said, the X39 in February, and there has been such a dramatic change for Dennis. We've all felt it. 3 of us in our family are on it. But with Dennis sleeping literally all of last year, he has so much energy, don't you dare? He goes nonstop. When he runs out of weeds in our yard, he's been helping a neighbor with her weeds. He just goes nonstop. His sleeping has improved greatly. He is no longer thrashing and beating me, bonus for both of us. He's no longer falling out of bed, which he was doing frequently and had actually cut his head open at one point from falling out of bed. That no longer is occurring. And he's off 3 of his medications. We were able to get him off his diabetes medication, and we've been able to keep his A1C level down between 5.1 and 5.3, which is phenomenal considering he's had diabetes for
Wow.
15, 20 years. Yeah. The tremor medication he took for the shakes or the tremors with his Parkinson's, we took him off of that, and he has a very slight tremor. If he's tired, you can notice it more, but for now, he's on no medication for that, for the Parkinson's, and we were able to take him off one of his heart medications. And the doctors all last year, after we went in May, had cut us loose for the remainder of this year. So we're not visiting the hospital 2 and 3 times a month. And we will follow up with a few of them next year just to see where he's at. But it has been life-changing. We did exactly what David Schmidt, as I've learned since we've started these, said, eat healthy, which we did. We started our health journey last year in July, because I really thought I was going to lose my husband. So we changed our eating habits. We take supplements if we need it. And we wear our X39 faithfully every day. And we will not be without it. It's been such a blessing for us.
And miracles, 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 Janet
Absolutely.
and Dennis. And again, was able to meet you a couple weeks ago, and we all just sat with tears in our eyes of gratitude because of, again, what, thank you, David, for what he has came out with the patches. And you took your health in your hands, changed your eating habits, starting to exercise, did some things and got on these patches. And look, Dennis, we had just a phenomenal time talking with you that night and just getting to know you. So, wow.
As
Wow.
a bonus, Charity, Dennis has lost 100 pounds, a little bit over 100 pounds. And we were losing along, but I feel like the patches has helped. It's kind of kick-started, even though we had changed our diet.
Yeah.
And it's kind of changing our body composition, but overall we feel so much better. Knees, feet, there's no aches. It's truly a miracle. So grateful for this technology.
Oh
and
my
for
goodness.
those that shared it with me.
Thank you. Thank you, Janet. Thank you, Dennis. I would love to just check back with you in another 6 months and let's see, you know, where we're at. I know it's even going to be more phenomenal. And I believe they did take him out of congestive heart failure, correct?
Correct. Yep,
Another win. So
he's in good shape. Yep, gratefully still here
awesome.
with me.
Thank you. Thank you. We love you
Thank
both.
you.
Kathleen, thank you so much, Janet. Thank you so much, Dennis.
Thank you, everybody.
You're welcome.
Oh, thank you so much, Charity. Wow, Janet, Dennis, that is just mind-blowing, brings tears to my eyes. I mean, that it sounded like we really brought him back from the brink. So, wow, amazing. So I'm going to ask Denise to unmute yourself, sweetie. And there you are. Hi, Denise.
Hello.
Good to see you again. I had the pleasure of hanging out with Denise in Orlando back in August. So I'm so glad to see you here. Thank you. So Denise, go ahead and tell us a little bit about your story, and then we'll move right into your mom's, huh?
Yes, and I had to make notes.
Perfect.
First of all, I don't think I can top that.
Well, your mom's
God
is
is
pretty,
good.
your mom's up there. Your mom's is
Yes.
up there with Dennis's
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
Yes. So, my name's Denise. Hello. Anyway, the first thing that I noticed was okay, to be honest, I wasn't real faithful about putting it on and stuff. I mean, I could tell everybody about it, but you know, I forgot, da, 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 da. Anyway, once I got consistent, 20 months ago, my niece, I had fallen, I used to dance. I live in a townhouse, and I've lived in townhouses for years now. And so I got to the point where I was kind of getting nervous going down the steps. My knees would start like clicking and stuff. And then of course I try to carry everything up or everything down, so I only have to make one trip. And so it was getting like, I was getting insecure about it. Well, now I'm going up and down the steps with stuff in my hand, not holding on, pulling myself up. I mean, that's one of the biggest things for me. Also, I am a social butterfly. I still am, but I always had to have people around because I went into this depression. Oh my gosh, I don't want to be alone. I've always been single and it's been awesome, but I was social butterfly. Well, now, I mean, if somebody didn't come over every day or every other day, I'd be like, what's going on? Now it's like I can sit here for days by myself and enjoy myself and not have to have that entertainment, or I didn't have to be entertaining, which I did a lot, to be happy. And the other thing is, I went through my drinking spells. I drank a lot, and never affected my life as far as jobs and stuff. But when we're depressed, what do? Now, even I don't hardly, I used to drink maybe every 2 days, maybe a few shots a night. Now it's like, I don't even think about it. Don't even think about it. Now, I'm not saying I don't like to have my toddy or whatever, but instead of having a shot with my roommate because he likes to have shots, so having a shot with him all night, I say no. And that's like crazy. So I just feel great about myself, about my life, and the patch has made me make better choices also, because when you get into the drinking and all that, you make bad choices sometimes, with friends, and you feel like you have to hang out with them,
It's absolutely amazing, Denise. It's what I'm really hearing you say. I mean, of course, you got all your knees feeling good, and now you're, up and down the stairs, no problem. So your balance and all your equilibrium and all your knee stuff is good. But really, what I'm hearing you say is that you found peace. You found
Yes.
peace with yourself, and you love yourself and you're comfortable with yourself, which minimizes drinking and all of that. So that's just huge, life changing.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Excellent. So tell us about your mom.
Yeah. So the mom page. All right. So my mother is 82. She's been on X39 for 20 months. She used to fall. Okay. First of all, she had heart surgery. She used to fall all the time. She started having wrecks. Then they found out she had a tumor and had brain surgery. And this was the end of 2019. Then COVID happened. So, you know, I didn't want to be around my mom. So I did all of her shopping, everything for her. She didn't leave her house. She didn't leave her chair. I mean, like, she was sleeping in her chair. She was just lethargic, not, you know, she said, oh, well, I said, oh, no, you're not leaving yet. All right. You're not going home. You know, you're not that sad. So anyway, since the X39, when she first started, her A1C was 8.4. Within 6 months, it went to a 6. And now, I just got chills. She pretty much has to stop all the medicine because now she's eating what she wants and her blood sugar's low. So basically that's done. High blood pressure. She was taking 3 pills a day. And now she's pretty much down to only a 0.5 milligram of one of the pills. And now her blood pressure has been going low. So she's probably going to have to go off of that too. The brain surgery. She had a scar from here to here. And I mean, it, you know, anyway, it's gone. The indentation is still there a little bit, but it's gone. And they had to shave her head for the brain surgery, and she was already balding. All of her hair is growing back, and now it's growing back brown. Lorazepam, she used to have to take lorazepam to go to sleep. She is pretty much off of that also. And she was so lethargic. She didn't want to do nothing, go nowhere, whatever. So I threw her on a few more patches. And now she has rejoined clubs like Red Hats, game days. She's having dinner parties. She's cooking. She wants to drive again. I'm not quite sure about that one yet. She was on a walker. Now, when we go to a restaurant or go in a store, she'll actually leave her walker in the car, and she feels comfortable enough to go swimming by herself. And I got her one of those little bicycles, so she's exercising again. So going from, oh, so this is the biggest thing. So my mom had a birthday party for her friend this weekend, and I'm there, and they look at my mom, some of her friends, and I've been telling them about it for 20 months now. And they look at my mom and they're like, oh my God, you look beautiful. What are you doing? And I look at all of them like, you're really asking? You know? So one of them came over today, bought a gold package.
Yeah. Amazing, Denise. Wow. That's so amazing. And that's really when, you know, when your friends just say, holy smokes, you know, stop the nonsense. What's happening? That's when, you know, it's just like really, really starting to change your life. I mean, so your mom, you know, she's off her diabetic meds. Her A1C came into normal range, pretty much off her blood pressure came into normal range, no longer taking the lorazepam to sleep. She no longer lives in her chair. She's exercising, she's game nighting, she's red hatting, she's doing all kinds of stuff. Her scar got healed. Amazing, absolutely amazing.
Yeah. And it's, and, you know, and for everyone in here, X39 is our glory. But, you know, really learning the protocols on which patches to use for which ailments, it really, that helps too,
Yeah,
you know,
for
so you need to
for
do your
sure.
research.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Denise. We will circle
No
back
problem.
around in 3 months or so and hear what else has been going on for you and your mom. Thank you.
Well, also Christopher is telling his story, my MS friend, tomorrow
Okay,
night.
perfect. Awesome. We'll tune in for that. So everybody check out Beamy and Amy for the MS story tomorrow for Denise's friend, Christopher. Thank you, Denise. Wow, Charity. I'm just sitting here once again, you know, David has hit it out of the ballpark. I mean, David's passion, his mission is helping people feel better, look younger, and lead more joyful lives. And that was definitely all the above for Dennis and for Denise and for her mom and Janet. So way to go, David Schmidt, home run, right? Just, I mean, amazing results using this cutting edge wearable technology, this light therapy, right? So what are we talking about, folks? It's this little tiny patch. It's wafer thin and it's wearable. It's non-transdermal and non-invasive. And basically what that means is nothing goes into your skin, right? Non-transdermal. It's really like a mini med bed that you just put on the back of C7, your little knobby vertebrae behind your neck or below your belly button. And it starts cellular repairing and regenerating because it's activating your stem cells. Well, how does it do that? Well, inside it is amino acids, water, and salt, and they form a crystal lattice that's reflective. So when you put the patch on your body, it's reflecting your body heat back into your body that is stimulating GHK copper peptide and subsequently producing new stem cells and resetting and activating your old ones. So what is GHK copper peptide? That is actually a master molecule messenger in your body, and it is in charge of everything yummy, everything young, everything useful, vital, your virility, everything, right? It's like a huge container of health on all levels, physical, mental, and emotional. And so when we elevate that, we also get new stem cells produced and our existing ones reset. So what does that mean? Well, that means that we have pluripotent stem cells floating around in our body, just looking to see what to turn into, right? Because stem cells really are the only cell in your body that can turn into whatever your body needs back like when it was 20. So it's literally the base cell. It's the foundation of our body. It's our template. It's what was going on when you were a fetus. You had a bunch of stem cells and they differentiated and made your body. So that's how critical they are. And they also have that intelligence of balance and homeostasis. So when we wear the patch, we get the GHKCU produced. And then when we elevate that, we get the stem cells. So those stem cells are blank. The fancy word is pluripotent. They're actually going to scan your body and determine what to become. So say, for example, they scan your body and they decide something's going on with your liver. They will become a liver cell. At that point, when that stem cell that's now turned into a liver cell lands on your liver, it turns that liver young again. So a new stem cell landing on old tissue turns that tissue young again. And that, my friends, is how we are actually setting back 1/3 of the human genome in our body. So that is complete indication of age reversal. The reason it's so important is because at 35, we're losing half of that GHKCU and half of those stem cells. And then at 60, we're pretty much losing the rest, right? So that's when everyone, all the aches and pains happen, the decline, the deterioration, docs want to put you on the meds, all that starts happening, right? But with our patch, we actually reverse time. We reverse the biological age. At 6 weeks, your brain is balanced, relieving PTSD, anxiety, depression. 2 months, your heart's becoming younger. 3 months, you got the deep healing kicking in. At 6 months, you're literally reversing age at an average of 8 years for your biological age. So how do you wear it? Like I told you, you could put it on C7, knobby vertebrae, or right below your belly button. Actually, any spot will do because we are emitting light. Our body heat is light. It's on the spectrum of light called low infrared light. So we're emitting light throughout our whole body. So any spot will do because it'll reflect that wavelength back into your body and elevate those things I was just talking about. So you wear it 12 hours on and 12 hours off. And usually mostly in the daytime is what we like, but either way works. And so just to close here, stem cells are so important. The New England Journal of Medicine actually says it's the #1 indicator of wellness is directly correlated to the number of stem cells you have in your body. So this is revolutionary latest technology. We're literally doing cellular repair and regeneration. And Charity's going to tell us a little bit about the company and how you can get your hands on this. Charity?
Well, we've just heard some amazing results using the cutting edge technology of the X39, the light therapy. And as Kathleen said, David Schmidt is the man behind this unparalleled proprietary technology. Today, LifeWave is an 18-year-old global company at the forefront of regenerative science in the world. We have over 120 patents, including 70 in regenerative science. And David's passion and mission is helping people feel better, look younger, and lead more joyful lives, which he is knocking it out of the park, as we've heard tonight. David, our founder and CEO, is in constant research and development, bringing out new products. And the one thing that I love about LifeWave is that we have no competition and the patents and the studies behind this phenomenal growth. In 2018, the company did around 30 million in sales. The X39 stem cell activation patch was introduced in 2019, and in 2021, the company did 300 million, and we have exceeded that, of course, this year already. We're in 4 offices worldwide: US, Taiwan, Japan, and Ireland, and we are in over 81 countries. So you may want to put your business hat on and consider the huge opportunity that you have heard with this incredible company tonight. But if you're like most of us, you will be saying, oh my goodness, how do I get myself on these patches? Whoever invited you tonight, we encourage you to get back with them. They're going to tell you the 3 ways that you can get this phenomenal product and the best way that it fits for you and with your family. So we want to just thank everyone for joining us tonight. And again, get back with the person who brought you here tonight. They're going to answer more questions, give you all your options. And we look forward to seeing you again tomorrow night with the amazing testimonies with our senior presidential directors, Amy Holmesy and Beamy Casey. We are here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday evening at the same time. And Friday afternoon, it is 3 Central. And that we do these patching podcasts. So with that, we would love you to go to startx39now.com, where you can learn more about this incredible product and see more information on there. So with that, Kathleen, anything else you'd like to say before we leave tonight?
Just thank you all for joining us. And yes, again, get with the person who invited you. Check out startx39now.com. We will see you here tomorrow night. And thank you so much, Janet, Dennis, and Denise. Thank you. The lovely stories. And aloha. Good evening.